Hi guys, welcome back to Wayward Son Custom. Today we have the Steyr M9A2-MF. This is the other Austrian gun. And yeah, it should not be in the shadows. I know it is, but it shouldn't be. And a lot of you guys are like, John, doesn't Steyr make rifles? They do. They make some really good ones. But, especially, you know, if you've watched Die Hard, you've seen some really good Steyr use. But they also make one heck of a handgun, and we're going to show that to you today. This is what she looks like coming from the factory. Now, of course, I did remove one of the magazines and put it in there already. But one of the things that is really cool about this handgun is it comes with not just back straps, which I'll show you here in just a second, but it also comes with an extra set of palm swells, so you can pull out the ones that are there and put those in there if you want. And it also comes with three different back straps: the ones that's installed, the one that is installed, and then two additional ones. So you can really tailor make and custom fit the pistol to a certain extent to your hand. So big, small, medium hands, you can kind of Goldilocks it, and yeah, you know, find out which one is just right for you. Comes with two metal 17 round magazines, and I have not had a single malfunction out of these. I do have about 150 rounds through this particular pistol. I took it to Thunder on the Prairie with me, and not only did I shoot it, but several other people did. And for those of you that get a little antsy and whatnot, as you can see, it's clear. And so here's the magazine. But anyway, like I said, this is the other Austrian gun. As you can see, it tells you so. So don't take my word for it, take the gun's word for it. But anyway, Steyr actually has the original patent for a multi-use kind of chassis system. So this is, if you're familiar with the SIG P320, which most people are, it's the same kind of setup where the frame and the slide are not the serialized part, aside from maybe serializing a part here or there to, you know, just identify it as part of this particular weapon. But the serialized firearm part is a fire control unit inside the frame there. So yeah, if you're used to that kind of modularity, that's what you have with the Steyr. So between that, where you can change different chassis sizes, you know, different frames, different slides, and all that kind of stuff, between that and the additional palm swells and back straps, you can really tailor make and really custom fit this gun to whatever your needs are. The other thing is they make a very ergonomic pistol. Now it may look a little odd, and it's going to look a little odder still here in just a minute when I show you some really nifty stuff here. But the way this is designed, the grip angle, the high cut beaver tail, the a little bit of a undercut right there at the trigger guard, and the way it sweeps, it just really makes for a very low bore axis and a very easy shooting, flat shooting 9mm. And as you can see, you can get high up in there, no problem. And I haven't even messed with any of the other palm swells or anything, because from the factory, the ones they have already installed just fit my hand so perfectly. And for anybody that's ever been, you know, caught saying, well, Shadow Systems has a great feeling gun, great feeling frame, I'm not going to argue with them there. I think that the Shadow Systems Corporation MR918, MR920, etc., have some superb ergonomics as far as the frame goes. I think the Dagger has some really decent ergonomics as well. But until you put one of these in your hand, yeah, I mean, honestly, it feels a lot like a CZ to me, but not quite. And then also with the way the slide is set in the frame and all of that, everything makes a really low bore axis, which is something that CZ does very well and has done for decades. And I mean, it just makes for a very flat shooting, very easily controllable gun. Staying on target is not a problem. Recoil is, you know, to me it feels like less recoil than in most striker fired polymer guns, but then again, that may just be me. And you know. This is not I do not have a sample size of 1 on this. I actually did own the, this gun has been around for about 20 years, but this is the newest iteration of it. I had the original one before, you know, not the first one off the assembly line or whatever, but I did have one of the first gens, and it was a great gun, but sometimes life happens and you have to get rid of stuff. But this is actually an improvement over that. It has better texturing, and the original, you just had the 1 grip and everything. You did have the high swept beaver tail here. You get high up in the tank. It had the same bore axis and all that kind of stuff. But this has much better texturing. It has the interchangeable back straps and palm swells. So overall, it's just a better package there. Now, it has a 4-inch barrel, and I will tell you, this thing is accurate. It's just as accurate as anything else out there in the polymer frame striker fired, you know, genre. And the another thing that really sets it apart is, well, it does have a pick rail up here too. I almost forgot that. And the trigger is more than adequate. It for those of you that here, I'll pop that up. For those of you that are used to smaller trigger safeties on some of the other guns, this is going to look very big and pronounced to you, but it's a very light trigger pull. It's very smooth. For a striker fired gun, this is a very smooth operator. Like I said, it runs like a champ. I've got about 150 rounds through it between me and some of the guys at Thunder on the Prairie. I've had no hiccups with it, no issues whatsoever, and it's been very accurate. The only knock that anybody has been able to give me on it is that the sight system is unorthodox. It's a trapezoid sight system, and this is what they originally came out with. This is not something new. This is what they've always had on these guns, and so it can be a little daunting trying to figure out exactly what you're lining up and where to aim. But I will tell you, once you do, it becomes very instinctual. When you push out, your eye is once you get used to it, your eye is like, it just funnels your eye right to the front sight, and so you can press out in weird angles, and no matter what, it draws you right there. I mean, you can get, you know, some really weird, you know, Grandmaster, you know, American Jedi freaking poses here, and when you press out, like I said, it only takes a few rounds to get used to it, but once you get it dialed in, your eye is just like drawn to it. And yeah, so I actually like the sighting system a lot, even though it is unconventional. And I think most people, if you give it a fair shake, you'll learn to at least appreciate it, even if you don't like it. And if you don't like it, just switch them out. MSRP is a little under $600 on these. I think I paid a little over $5. So, you know, street price, you're looking at about Glock prices. And it figures. They're both made in Austria. They are both a storied gun maker. I mean, can't watch Die Hard without seeing a bunch of Steyr action, right? And HK, and even a little Beretta. But the German and Austrian guns are really front and center in those movies. So it runs smooth, runs awesome. I have not had a single hiccup with it. It's accurate. I don't know what else you could ask for. If you haven't tried a Steyr M9A2-MF, I would highly recommend you to at least try one out. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I think you'll find that you may just fall in love with it. And you may just have a new favorite gun, or not. I don't know. But the two I've had, I like. I have no intention of getting rid of it. But it's also not going to replace all of my Glocks and other guns. It is not my one pistol, but it is on a very short list of ones that I do not intend to get rid of. So there you go. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You do not know how many people watch my videos and do not subscribe. The unsubscribe rate is about somewhere around 65-70%, but I actually have quite a few views, so it kind of boggles the mind. If you enjoy watching the videos, please subscribe. Please give me a like. Helps jog the algorithm. It helps all 2A channels, not just mine. Helps get this kind of content out there. Hit the bell notification. You always know when I put out a new video. And, you know, down in the description below, I do have links for a number of companies that would love to have your business, that will that is willing to give me a little bit of kickback for when you do use their services, buy their products, whatnot, and you'll get a great product. Some of them you'll get a little bit of a break on. Others, you just simply won't lose any money. Either way, it's kind of a win-win-win. I do have some links over on my website, www.waywardsoncustomgun.com, and there's some links over there to stuff that I can't link directly from YouTube, stuff that goes pew pew, bang bang, that kind of stuff, and also some merch and stuff. I got a store, mystery packs, all that kind of stuff. Please check it out and see what you think. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can hit me up, email waywardsoncustomgun@gmail.com, or in the comments below. And until next time, watch your six and carry on. Wayward Son out. And don't let the sighting system mess with you. It's an awesome gun.